Imagine standing in your living room, completely normal, when suddenly you start growing at a constant speed of exactly 1 centimeter every second. In just 1 minute, you add 60 centimeters. Your head is already scraping the ceiling. By the 15-minute mark, you are 10 meters tall and weigh around a ton. The floor joists snap under your feet, and your head crashes right through the roof. At this relentless pace, human architecture becomes instantly uninhabitable. You simply do not fit in this world anymore. This diagram shows the scientific barrier to this scenario, the square-cube law. If you scale a human up by a factor of 10 in length, that 10 times increase in height forces your total volume and weight to multiply by 1,000. Under that kind of extreme pressure, human bones instantly pulverize into powder. Meanwhile, your trapped body heat violently cooks your internal organs. But today, we are going to deliberately ignore the laws of physics. From this point forward, you are no longer a fragile biological organism. You operate as a mathematical entity. 2.5 hours in, you hit 93 meters tall. You can look the Statue of Liberty straight in the eye, and the city below looks like an arrangement of plastic Lego toys. This map shows your scale at the 9-hour mark, reaching 326 meters. A run across the Atlantic from New York to Paris with these massive strides takes you a mere 30 hours. Naturally, people panic. The military mobilizes tanks and helicopters to surround you, reacting to a Godzilla-sized threat with futile, panic-driven force. By day 10, human weapons are irrelevant. You reach the height of Mount Everest, and the atmosphere itself becomes the real limit. Up here, the air is incredibly thin. Your giant-sized lungs violently struggle to extract enough oxygen from the high altitude to keep you conscious. Outgrowing the surface means you eventually outgrow the Earth's thin, breathable biosphere. You are forced out of the habitable zone. On day 116, your head breaches the 100-kilometer mark, leaving the atmosphere behind and pushing directly into the black void of space. It takes 15 months of continuous growth to match the exact altitude of the International Space Station. At year 11, your total physical scale stretches wide enough to rival the diameter of the Moon. By year 40, you are the exact size of planet Earth. A single step allows your foot to completely blanket whole continents. At this scale, human anatomy would collapse under its own massive gravity well, crushing you into a grotesque spherical planet of flesh. But you keep expanding. At 444 years, you surpass the diameter of Jupiter. Massive gas giants are now small enough to hold like tennis balls. This diagram illustrates the 1,220-year mark. Your body can now completely span the 384,400-kilometer physical void between the Earth and the Moon. At 4,400 years, your total volume matches the Sun. Here, standard chronological time stops making sense. We jump forward in leaps of millions of years as you scale towards the size of a galaxy. You have transitioned from a physical entity in a solar system to the dominant celestial body of the local universe. At 30 billion years, your physical length measures exactly 1 light-year across. At 3 quadrillion years, your mass expands to encompass the total diameter of the Milky Way galaxy. The mathematical limit arrives at 2.8 sextillion years. You reach the absolute boundary of the observable universe. But in this distant timeline, the universe has suffered heat death. Every star is extinguished, and all other galaxies have evaporated into the dark. Bypassing the laws of physics to achieve infinite growth results in absolute cosmic isolation. The fantasy of ultimate power becomes an eternal